This is Tim Albright with AVNation with the road to CEDIA. CEDIA Expo and CI Expo happens the 5th through the 7th of September in Denver, Colorado. And with us to talk about the show is Group Vice President, my old friend, Mr. Jason McGraw. Welcome, sir.
Hey, Tim. Glad to be with you today.
Thanks so much. Let's get into it. The 5th through the 7th, we're back in Denver. Some of my social posts, I reference the big blue bear, because if you've ever been to Denver, you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you haven't, there's a ginormous bear. It's blue outside the convention center. Let's talk about the CEDIA part for a second, Jason. You know, one of the things here, obviously, is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, gathering of residential AV professionals in the country. So, what's one of the things that you see when you talk to the CEDIA community as to why they're coming to CEDIA Expo?
Thanks, Tim. I think of it as sort of like homecoming week for the residential system integration channel, right? It is the main event in North America for anybody who is involved in residential or like commercial integration. You know, was luxury homes or small businesses, all types of custom homes, all types of residential applications, multi-dwelling units, single-family homes, etc. And it really is the gathering place of the industry, and all the major brands are there with their latest products, and we could talk about that as well. But the education program that the CEDIA Association puts together in their conference, all the networking events, the awards programs, it's really the must-attend event for the channel and the industry, and we're looking forward to another fantastic lineup this year. It looks really great.
One of the things you guys started last year for the first time, and you're continuing this year, is the CI part, the Commercial Integrator Expo. Talk about how that is. Obviously, it's a different audience. It's a different kind of makeup of the show in conjunction with CEDIA Expo. But if somebody's not familiar with it, what is the CI Expo part?
Sure. For many years, we've been aware that CEDIA members have been doing a lot of commercial work. In fact, 50% of CEDIA Expo attendees do some type of commercial projects every year, and that's been growing. And many of the major exhibitors at the show have been showing residential technologies and commercial technologies, the Sonys and Crestrons and Legrands, etc. So, last year we decided to launch a new segment co-located with CEDIA Expo, Commercial Integrator Expo, or like we like to call CIX. We've added a conference program addressing commercial application topics and technology trends. We have manufacturer product training sessions. We have a new show floor section on a commingled show floor, so that the brands that are already showing commercial products that have been with us at CEDIA Expo can also partake. And then new brands, we've got 80 new exhibitors this year that are showing commercial products, and many of them participate in other industry shows that you may be familiar with, I won't name, and some don't. And we've seen a big increase in lighting and shade manufacturers, micro LED, digital signage, connectivity solutions on the commercial side coming in. And so this has created a new expanded opportunity for not only the Resi system integrator to see additional technology solutions they might want to add to their toolboxes, but at the same time also trying to attract commercial integrators and technology managers from corporate, higher education, hospitality, retail, or what we like to call Resi-mercial. So we're really creating sort of a hybrid event now. And, we're gaining a little bit of traction. It's definitely a bigger show floor in CIX this year and the second year than it was last year. But we think we're delivering more value for this crossover of channels that has been taking place, and creating more opportunities for exhibitors and the integrators to discover new ways to work together and new financial opportunities for their companies.
One of the things you guys do that's really well is you have, CEDIA has for years done really great education, both the CEDIA, the organization, as well as CEDIA, the show. You've got several stages, you've got independent training throughout the facility. Last year, when you introduced the CI part, the CIX, you have their own stage, right? So it's I believe it was right next to the CEDIA stage. So you've got that commercial element of education, and you right next to the the residential education. When you look at your entire program, right, and I mentioned the fact that it's 5th through the 7th of September, actually the conference starts, a couple of days before because of that education. You look at that entire week, Jason, what are one or two things that you are most looking forward to that week?
Well, I'm really excited about, the big brands coming and bringing their latest equipment and products to show and training. That's a staple for the show every year. There's some really cool new products out there, and I think there's a lot of anticipation for that. When you go to the show, you want to see what's new and neat. We have dozens and dozens of new exhibitors, so there's a lot of cool new brands that we have this year that we haven't had before, and so I think that's going to be fun for our attendees to discover these new brands or new products. We have an area called the Launch Pad where we highlight new to market companies in the back of the hall, and that's a great way to introduce them to the marketplace. We've seen a resurgence of sound rooms this year on the show floor and down in the meeting rooms, so there's a lot more audio demos this year than last year. That's always a fun part of the show, to actually hear the product being demonstrated and have some really great examples of home theater technology. Which really speaks to the roots of the CEDIA Expo. Going back 30 years, it started as a home theater show and organization, and it's still at its core, about audio, video, control, and that's the bread and butter, if you will, of the products on the show floor. But I mentioned lighting, security. We're seeing the rise of AI solutions across the board in a lot of different products. We're seeing new solutions for energy management. We're also seeing entertainment systems like, simulation. You've seen some driving, golf, etc. So it's a real potpourri of products on the show floor. And I get real excited about that because, it's like going and seeing your favorite stuff, but then discovering lots of cool new solutions that you weren't aware of before. I think that's part of the magic of coming to the show every year.
Jason, you've mentioned a couple of times the number of new vendors that you've got. Why don't you highlight a couple of the folks that are coming out to CEDIA Expo for the first time?
Well, a new big brand that's just joined us for the show this year is TCL. So, leading display manufacturer. They have a big exhibit. They're going to be positioned right next to our smart stage on the show floor. We're excited about having them join us this year. We have a number of new lighting exhibitors on the show floor, and forgive me, I'm kind of looking over here to my side screen, but our light-headed lighting, for example, Brilliance LED. We have Lumion lighting, Pure Edge lighting, to name American Bright Supply, Snappy. So we have a number of new lighting LED fixture manufacturers on the show floor. Facetto, Emerson Smart Home. There's a complete list on our website. So if you go to CEDIAExpo.com, you can search the exhibitor list and the current floor plan, and you can filter on new exhibitors. You can search by product categories. And it's a pretty exciting, extensive list of new brands that are joining the show for the first time this year. But we also, as I said, we have the major staple brands, the Lutrons, the Sonys, the Samsungs, the LGs, the Origin Acoustics, the Snap AV, Legrand AV, Planar, Crestron, Savant. The list goes on. Yeah. Trinoff bringing back their awesome home theater demo that's been a big attraction the last couple of years on the show floor. Kind of calling them out, but there's many great audio manufacturers with sound rooms on the show floor as well. And again, it's a very comprehensive list, a great collection of technology. So I would encourage everybody to visit the website for the most up-to-date list. And we're still signing up companies. Wow. So all the way up to the show, we'll be excited to welcome even more brands exhibiting with us this year.
Very cool. All right, Jason, somebody wants to find out more. They want to register for CEDIA Expo. How do they do that?
Visit CEDIAExpo.com, or you can also visit expo.commercialintegrator.com. You can register for either show. Your badge will get you on the same show floor. The conferences have separate registration fees for whether you're CEDIA conference or CIX conference.
Yeah.
But manufacturer, product training, keynotes, all that is on the schedule on the website. And you can also book a hotel room after you register online as well. So a lot of the FAQs and information you need, schedule is online. And then the mobile app will be available for download in mid-August, about 3 weeks prior to the show.
All right, very good. Jason McGraw from CEDIA Expo and CI Expo. For us, for AVNation, go by our website, avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv. Follow along as we also head to Denver for CEDIA Expo and CIX 2024, the 5th through the 7th of September in Denver. All that and more at avnation.tv. That's avnation.tv.